Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I don't take days for granted. I don't take life for granted. I don't take you for granted. So I am happy and grateful for you. I want to remind you that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous. Everything your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because you are great. You're created out of greatness, okay? This is a journey, all right? We're supernatural in a natural space. So we walk this journey out. There are no mistakes in Jehovah God. There are no mistakes in what we walk out, okay? We're striving for perfection because we're created from someone that is perfect. And in that perfect place, we're not expected to be perfect, but we're striving for the perfection. All right. So meal prep Monday, and I don't want to belabor the time. We're still gonna get off of here at 10:30. But I had the pleasure, I was blessed to be able to be a part of a Kaba event. That is the Korean and Black Association. It's founded by Alexis. She it has been laid on her heart just to really build a community because there are what I call myself Blasians. There are Black and Asian multicultural races, biracial races, and they had a meet and greet this Saturday. It was hosted by my sister, by Patty Kim Gill, and by Alexis. And so this weekend, because and it goes into our morning mindset call, okay? Because I always talk about knowing your true self versus your false self, knowing your true identity. Our true identity originally is created in who God has created us, okay? I say it all the time. You are purpose, period. You living, you being here, you are purpose. But we are walking out our purpose. Our life, the reason we have breath today is purposed. So as we go through this journey, we walk out our purpose. As we learn our true self, we then apply us into the places that we're supposed to be in our predestined and preordained footsteps. So here's the thing though. Meal Prep Monday, what do I want us to focus on this week? Forgiveness, identity, and purpose. Because this is the thing. In knowing your true self, you have to take the pain of this journey and transform it into purpose. The only way that you can do that, you got to start with forgiveness. And it was so amazing because this weekend, um, Patty Gill Kim, she has a short film, Black Korea, and it's actually a documentary. It's about her life. It's about her mom and just how it was culturally with biracial children back at that time, late 60s, early 70s. Okay, there are these two different cultures, and it was not good at that time. If you were a biracial child, and your most of them are were from, excuse me, I got something in my eye, most of them were from military fathers or mothers, um but at that time, and really still even today, biracial mixing races was not the thing. So back then, you either you were blessed to be able to come to the States, or you could have been put in an orphanage as being a biracial child, or, parents had to give you up, all these different things. It was really bad, okay? So the documentary was her story, but it brought out so many revelations for me and my purpose and where I am today. Okay. But this is the ultimate thing because everyone in the room had a story. All right. But forgiveness is the base of it all. In order for us to truly begin to heal, for us to really be generational curse breakers, We have to forgive. So listen, forgiveness, it's not excusing, but refusing to stay bound. All right? When the mind and spirit agree, forgiveness brings freedom. Okay? So this is the thing. Oh, let's see. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was okay. Forgiveness is saying, I refuse to let this hold me hostage any longer. All right? So this is the thing. Unforgiveness, when this happens, and I've been studying on the neuroscience, right? When you have unforgiveness, your brain gets stuck in a place called, I think it's amygdala. All right. But that's where your fear and your anger is. Okay. So this is the thing. Stress hormones, which is cortisol, it's the flood. It'll flood your body. All right. When cortisol begins to flood your body, this is why you have tension. This is why you feel heaviness. But when you can go and you walk in forgiveness, forgiveness activates the prefrontal cortex. That's where peace and clarity sits. All right. So here's the thing. Scripture, Matthew 6:14 through 15. Forgiveness equals spiritual freedom. This is the thing. I'm bringing these things up because we're supernatural in a natural space. We're spirit that's wrapped in a soul. Excuse me. We're spirit with a soul that's wrapped in flesh. We're triune beings, just like the Trinity. Okay? So, this is the thing. This is why, and I talk about it all the time. True self versus false self. All right. You got to know that your false self is built out of trauma. It's built out of rejection. It's built out of shame. It's built out of unforgiveness. That's why I say when we walk in our false self, it's like we walk with a mask. All right? It's your false self reacts from fear. Okay? That's what it is. Your true self is the version that Jehovah God created us to be. All right? It's in his image. Genesis 1:27 reminds us, so God created mankind in his own image. When you know your creator, that's how you begin to know you. You cannot know your true you without knowing your creator. Well, Nicole, I don't believe in that. All right, listen, I done told y'all. Number one personal growth and self-development book is the Bible. That's the book for me. At the end of the day, whatever you believe, this is not a religious call, it's relational. It's about relationship, okay? And at the end of the day, we're all spirit with the soul wrapped in the flesh. We can't get past that. At the end of the day, to know your spirit, man, you got to know the spirit that created it, period. Okay? So here's the thing. I believe in the Trinity. I believe in Jehovah God, but like I said, your spirit, okay? The creator of spirit is where you need to go. All right. So listen, even science shows us that when you meditate on truth, when you speak life over yourself, your brain creates new pathways. That's that neuroplasticity that I've been talking to you all about. That's why we got to renew our mind daily, okay? So even with that, Jehovah designed your brain to heal and rewire itself when you align with his truth. All right. True self versus false self. What do I mean? Your false self, it's what's masked and shaped, like I said, with the pain, the trauma, the rejection, the shame. Okay? That's what creates our false self. What has happened in this journey? It's because it operates from fear, ego, and or protection. That's that whole fight or flight. Okay? But with your true self, it's God's image. Genesis 1:27. It's found only by knowing your creator, Jehovah. So, like I said, with the neuroplasticity, it's where your brain rewires with truth. Okay? How does it do that? It'll rewire when we learn how to meditate on the word. All right. How do we turn pain into purpose? You got to know that your pain is not wasted. The brain loves meaning. We're all smart. Okay? We all have a brain. We're all smart. Why? Because the brain loves meaning. All right? So it'll heal faster when you can assign purpose to your pain. When you can start speaking affirmations to your pain. All right. Spiritually, that's what Jehovah does best. Joseph said in Genesis 50:20, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. So here's the thing. This is what I need you to know. That your brain thrives on meaning making. Okay? What do I mean? Allow your pain to become your growth. Grow from it. Glow from it. When we begin to do it, this is when every test becomes our testimony. This is when we can take what we've been through and we can help someone else. Because now healing is your portion. Okay? All right. How can we do this? Spiritually, Jehovah God redeems what was meant for harm. It goes back to Genesis 50:20. So, pain, that becomes the platform or the wounds. But when we steward it well, it produces wisdom. And that's how your test becomes your testimony. All right? So, how do we apply this with the meal plan? Mindset, education, accountability, lifestyle. What are we doing with our mindset? You got to recognize that the false you, your false self will say, I'll never get over this. But your true self will say, Jehovah is healing me. Okay? I want you to start recognizing this because the only place you can be battled is in your mind. So you got to recognize who's speaking. What mind, what sounds, what voice are we really listening to? Okay? All right. So know that if you hear, like, I'll never heal, I'll never forgive, that's not you. It's not who you are. Healing is your birthright. Ooh, Lord. All right. So, education part. Forgiveness. All right. Do y'all know that forgiveness will literally lower your blood pressure? It'll boost your immune system. Forgiveness reduces stress. You got to remember, supernatural into this natural. So if you are one going through all these different things, you might want to tap into your true self because healing is your birthright. It ain't even your portion. It's what you own. Okay? So when we learn how to heal from our inward man, it produces outward. All right? So forgiveness lowers stress. It'll bring your blood pressure down. It strengthens your immune system. It rewires your brain for peace. Okay? This is what else you need to know. Why is accountability so important? Did you know that your brain mirrors the people you're around? Your brain will mirror who you're around. You're around ratchet, you'll be ratchet. I'm going to leave that alone. But what you need is to keep people around you that's going to speak life to you. Okay? Speak life. Even when you're going through something, always have that safe place where someone is going to speak life to you in what you feel is a dead place. All right? Lifestyle. You got to build daily rhythms. So you should pray, you should journal, you should reflect, you should speak declarations. Because each time that you do, you're strengthening the pathway to your true self. So here's the thing. This is what I want you to reflect on because it's Meal Prep Monday, and you know I'm never going to take you over 30 minutes, okay? I want you to reflect on this. Know that forgiveness is your freedom. Okay? Jehovah God is your foundation, and walking as your true self is your future. Okay? Healing is not optional, it's your birthright. Forgiveness is your freedom. Jehovah God is the foundation of us, and your true self is your future. Speak declarations, all right? So this week, I uploaded everything on YouTube. One of the days are out of order, but y'all see the date on it. Y'all can listen how you want to. But it's updated. This will be up today. I'm off today. I will do it today. But here's the thing. I want you to declare these things over yourself this week. I declare that I forgive and I am free from the prison of pain. I declare that I release my false self and I embrace the true self created by Jehovah God. I declare my brain and my spirit agree that I am healed, I am renewed, and I am full of purpose. I declare my pain is my platform, my wounds are my wisdom. Can we do that this week? I'm speaking about this beautiful Blasian woman because this weekend has even sparked something in me. As I'm learning my true self spiritually, I want to know my true self naturally. I am a Blasian woman. I have been raised with a mother that has had trauma that I cannot even begin to understand. God showed me at this space that even with because me and my sister are 5 years apart, and even with she and I growing up in the same house, we grew up with different parents. Just in that 5 years, my mother, I can't begin to understand. So where naturally I may feel like, well, no, I ain't no feel like she is. She's very blunt. She's very direct. She's Korean. So the stereotype of a Korean woman, especially an older one, she is. But it brought so much light. Ooh, it brought so much light because we steward from where we are. She stewarded from her pain. Period. My sister was born in Korea. So my sister was born in that. I don't understand. So it brought revelation even to me and my sister because we're very different. By the time I came along, my mother was in the States for, I don't know, I guess 5 years at least, because we're 5 years apart. I don't know, 3 years, whatever. She was here. I got a different version of her. Not healed. My mother is still healing, but it was not the same. So it even brought revelation to some of the ways that my sister is. But the key to it all, if I don't choose to forgive, I can't choose to be free. Period. And forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. So, Meal Prep Monday. Stay humble. Stay focused. I can't even remember what I say. Stay humble. Stay focused. Stay positive. Be the best version of you unapologetically because no one else can do it. But be willing to forgive because all of us are holding on to something. And without forgiveness, it will turn into a root of bitterness. Bitterness will eat you alive. Okay? It will cause sickness in your body. But ultimately, unforgiveness shall not enter in to the eternal life that we all deserve because it's our birthright. Period. All right? So, I know this was a lot. I'm going to put it up. I want you to go back, speak those declarations, and again, be who you are unapologetically through a posture of submission and humility, never arrogance and pride. All right? So, I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.